What's up? Oh, it's hot. It's hot. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just As TV. So I want to start off by apologizing for being late with my videos. Now, the reason why I'm late with the videos this week is because, child, on Monday morning, first of all, let's start back. Sunday morning, I got up. Y'all know how I do a quick flight to New York and back because I had to drop my son to New York. So I spent all day traveling to New York and back. By the time Monday got here and I got back on Monday, child, I was feeling crazy. Like poop. Monday morning, my nose was running. First of all, Sunday when I got home, I was hecka tired. And I didn't understand why, but I thought I was just tired from the flight itself. You know, because my flight was at 7 o'clock in the morning. Y'all know how I do. I fly out in the morning and I'm back here by the afternoon. So I was super duper tired. And I didn't understand, like, by the time Sunday night came, I was pooped. Monday morning, I get up, call myself getting ready for work. And my nose is like profusely running like crazy. And I'm just hacking it up in my bathroom. I'm in the shower, all of that stuff. So I'm like, what is happening? Then right here, like my nose started burning and stuff. And I'm just like, what in the world? I get to work. I couldn't take it. I couldn't stay. Anyway, long story short, I went to urgent care, found out I had the big C19, child. I got diagnosed. I tested positive. So that is why I haven't been able to upload any videos this week up until now. I just been extremely tired. Today is the only day that I actually felt better. And I felt like I could actually watch some shows because I couldn't even sit to watch the shows. That's how terrible I felt. Like I couldn't even sit down for a minute to like watch the shows and try to focus enough to watch the shows, child. I've been in bed trying to move around slowly but surely, eating a lot of vegetables. Anyway, long story short, let's get to this review. If y'all see me drinking, I'm drinking a smoothie because I'm trying to stay dehydrated. Child, I've been thirsty like it's nobody's business. So child, just take care of yourself. Be careful. These people on that plane was coughing it up, and then 4 people at my job got diagnosed. So I was just like, ugh. So I figured it was inevitable. When the doctor said to me, I kind of like knew. I was all right with it because I'm like 4 people at the job, plus the people on a plane was like hacking up a lung, and something in my mind had told me to wear a mask on that plane before I got on the plane, and I still didn't do it. So here I am. Casualty of war. Anyway, episode 2, season 12, episode 2 of Love and HIPHOP Atlanta. Serving tea and shade, child. Serving tea and shade. What is this hooked? Oh, jeez, I'm just falling apart. Can't y'all tell? Pray for me, child. Pray for me. Anyway, so we start off with Carly and Jessica discussing what transpired the night before at the club. Apparently, her and Bambi got into a little tete-a-tete, like a little tussle. You know, they was tussling in the club over the little words, but I didn't see a fight. Chaotic said they was fighting, but I didn't see a fight, child. I just seen a couple of words flowing and Carly acting like she wanted to fight and she knocking over chairs and stuff and people. Anyway, I didn't see a fight. I don't know what he's seen. I just didn't see a fight, but that's what they was discussing. Anyway, Carly explains that she is currently in the best relationship of her lifetime and she doesn't want anything to mess that up. Cheating and such, you know, having kids and all kind of other stuff, you know, all of that stuff matters. It is what it is. Anything else for that matter. She doesn't want him to mess it up. So she was a little bit upset that Bambi reached out to her man because she said that's a no-no, even if it was on the strength of her party, even though she understands. And I'm just like, which one is it? It's either you understand or you don't understand. He reached out to her, she reached out to him. We getting all kind of stories at this moment. And I'm just like, y'all need to get the lies together. For real. Y'all need to get the lies together. Because this whole episode, I was saying that the whole episode, like, they need to get their lies together. Because it's not adding up already. And we only on episode 2. Jessica wants to remain neutral. She friends with both of them. You know, she feels like that's her best bet is to stay neutral. She loves Carly. She loves Bambi. But she feels like she doesn't want what happened between them to mess up her relationship with Carly. And she feels like she doesn't like what happened, and she's like, if they could do that to each other knowing that they was friends, imagine what they could do to her, that's a true statement, because everybody is cutthroat in this show, and if you neutral, sometimes neutrality doesn't work with either parties, and then sometimes they even end up turning around and turning on you. So anything could happen. I just feel like you need to be on guard all the time with these ladies. So you just need to be careful. Just be friends with both of them. And we'll see that later on. Carly said she's too old for this and she just wants to get married, blah, blah, blah. And she's talking about, and I'm just like, girl, we know you too old for this. You've been on this show since the beginning of time. We know you too old for this. We know you too old for this, child. You are clearly in your 60s, and this little boy is young. And then she was still talking about, we'll talk about it when we get there. Anyway, we know you too old for it, child. You don't need to tell us. We see it in your face. We see it in your face, child. We see it in your face. Kirk calls a meeting with Jessica and Rasheed. He says he's a little bit nervous, because he's not used to doing something like this. And he wants to discuss the DFAC situation and how they could co-parent properly and move forward. And I'm just like, yeah, you've never brought your two girlfriends together? Whatever. Okay. If you say you want to make it work for the betterment of your child, then let's see what happens. We'll see. Jessica shows up and she said that Kirk needs to pay what he's supposed to and do what he's supposed to. She said she's surprised to see Rasheed there because, Rasheed is not really involved as much as she says she is involved. She's not really involved. So, all that shit that Rasheed be talking, girl, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm sure when it's his weekend and have the kid is on you. But outside of that, I don't think that you are as involved as you put out that you are to be. I believe that. What I surmise from the conversation that they had sitting at that table is the fact that, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. This is just what I surmise because I don't want to do the back and forth thing. So I feel like Kirk and Rasheed feels like because he pays the money for child support that he doesn't really have to do much else. She goes over the fact that it's in writing that every third week of the month that you get the kid. He's like, I don't believe that that's the case. Rasheed sits back and says, just because it doesn't play out how you want it to play out doesn't mean that he's not doing what he's supposed to do. Rasheed, I'm going to need you to come to the front. You ain't stupid, miss. You are not stupid, and you really acting real stupid right now on this show. And it's annoying me. Because how many kids you got with Kirk? How many kids you got with Kirk? So this is not your first rodeo either. You know that it takes more than just money to raise a kid. It takes a lot more things to raise a kid. Money, time. It takes a whole bunch of things to raise a child, especially to do it by yourself. So for you to sit there and say that as long as he's paying his child support and doing what he's supposed to do, as long as he's paying his child support and she's getting what she's supposed to get, that's enough. Girl, you sound real stupid. You sound stupid. This is a co-parent situation and y'all supposed to come together as a unit. It's three of y'all. Y'all can work it out. You say you love the kid as much as you do, but yet I don't see you really. It don't seem like it because you acting unbothered. You acting like this situation is just annoying you. That's what I'm getting from you sitting there at this conversation. That this whole situation is annoying you and you don't want to be there. That's what I'm getting. Like they need to work it out. The vibe out I'm getting from you is, they need to work that situation out and leave me out of it. That's what I'm getting from you. So for you to say that you're involved, that you care, you this and that, and you see that it's not going right, especially if DFACS reached out to y'all, then that means something is not right. So that means y'all three as a unit need to come together and figure it out. Right? When you decided to keep Kirk, knowing that this situation happened after your son was 3 years old, you decided to take on some of that burden as well because y'all are a unit. And he's not going to do anything that you don't make him do if outside of monetary value. Trust me. We know. Men. Anyway. And you should be ashamed of yourself as a woman to even think that. Because you said you was going to stick through this with Kirk. So his problem is your problem, i.e. Cannon. So Kirk gets to talking about the fact that when he shows up to Jasmine's house, sometimes she be in her birthday suit. And she was like, boy, please, what are you trying to do? And I'm sure he's just doing it for views and for a storyline. I don't think that that's the case because she's not even giving off that vibe. And I feel like, so she says as she walks away, like she just wants to be co-parents with him and that she keeps all of the messages. So clearly she got a whole bunch of messages where he's begging for punani, and you know, we want to see it. Child, we want to see it. So we head over to Mama D, Erica, and Scrappy. You know, they're checking out a restaurant, and and for the business that they're trying to open up. They show Mama D a spot. Mama D is semi-interested. You could tell she wants, you know, Mama D always got her own tricks up her sleeve, so we'll see where she wants to go with that. Erica is trying to convince us that Mama D is this great businesswoman, and okay. And that her and Scrappy are, you know, starting off light, and that they are not together in a relationship. But I do believe that y'all are screwing. So however you want to call it, child, whether y'all together or not, I believe that y'all screwing some way, shape, or form. Okay? Mama D doesn't want to get in the middle of their situation, and I feel like, when has that ever stopped you, Mama D? You constantly say you don't want to get in the middle of this and you don't want to get in the middle of that, but yet you always got your 2 cents to say, and you always getting in the middle of something. So, girl, please. Woman, please. Who are you kidding? She feels that Erica shouldn't go into business with Scrappy. You know your son better than anybody else, child. You know him. So that's why she don't want to do business. And she's just trying to convince Erica not to go in with her. But she wants Erica to go in with her and don't go in with Scrappy. I think they want to go in together and cut Scrappy, the middleman, out. Mm-hmm. So Sierra gets out of the hospital for her leg tattoo situation because it got infected. We all know the story. We've seen it on Instagram and Shade Room and, you know, all of the rooms and the closets and, you know, the hallways. We've seen it on all of the blogs. And so, you know, she's a little bit upset. She feels some kind of way. She feels some kind of way with Bambi, and she definitely feels some kind of way with Zell because they didn't come and check on her, and they're supposed to be her friends. Zell feels like Sierra's using him to get close to Saucy. That's what Saucy tells her, because Saucy shows up, and you know that's what he tells her, that Zell says he feels like she's using him to get close to her. We don't know. We shall see. So we get Saucy spinning a block with Chef D. You know, Chef D from what was it? Baddies of Texas. Not Baddies, but Bad Boys of Texas. And so Chef D got a tattoo of his name, Saucy, or Santana, on his arm. Child, they been together for 5 years, off and on for 5 years. Chef's talking about he wants to get married, and that's their storyline. I hear you. Saucy Santana says his mother is writing a book, and she is really writing a book about how do you love your children that come out of the closet. And I'm just like, a lot of people, depending on the angle she take, a lot of people need to understand that, because that is a process. And you still have a lot of people under the guise of religion that cannot accept their children, even though they came out of them, because of the fact that they are, you know, gay, bisexual, whatever name you want to call them, or they call themselves pansexual, like whatever you want to say. A lot of people still find that hard to accept. And depending on what angle you take, if it's an educated angle, then I'm here for it, you know, because a lot of people do need to see how they can overcome that, because it is hard for some people. It is. Bambi meets with Jessica, and they discuss the Carly issue. And the fact that they both confused about the situation. The story keeps changing. Like I already told y'all, they can't get their story straight. She called him, he called her. She invited her friends. She didn't invite the daughter, but the daughter said, oh, her almost missing it was her fault. And then she doubled back and said, no, da 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 da. We'll get to that when their conversation comes up. But yeah, the story keeps changing. So we all are confused just as well as they are. Bambi feels like Carly should stop going around to everybody. If she got something to say to her, come straight to her. They know each other. They've been friends or whatever for the longest. And if she got something to say to her, she should say it directly to her and stop telling everybody else. Then Bambi feels the need to tell Jessica that Carly Red has been talking about her. But the stuff that she was saying was just so stupid and petty. And I was just like, why? So that right there shows you that they already about to drive a wedge between y'all friendship. And I think it's silly. And I think Jessica needs to stay on her toes and be very aware of whatever situation they got going on. Anyway, so we cut a scene with Jasmine. She's at, I can't remember the name of that bouncy house place. Not even a bouncy house, but it's like that jumping place, whatever. She's having a fun day with her son. And she meets up with her friend, another Erica. She shows up, because they want to talk. So these girls get to talking. And of course, they start talking about the situation between Kirk and her and Rasheed. And Jasmine drops the bomb that Kirk is still trying to F on her child. He trying to slide in. Who didn't know that? Anyway. He says the stipulations for him to give her more help is that they have to be bumping uglies or doing the do child. And I mean, that doesn't sound too far-fetched, because I've known a lot of men that will not help the mother of their child if they're not dealing with them in some way, shape, or form. They got to be dealing with them or getting something in return in order for them to help with their own child. So it doesn't sound too far-fetched. Trust me, it doesn't. And if they were still doing the do, he would be over there more often helping with that baby. So it is what it is. Y'all take that how y'all want to take it, but that's just how I feel. I've known plenty of cases where men, that's they stance. If we ain't doing nothing, we don't really have no dealings. And I'm just like, but that's your kid. Like, take care of your kid at the end of the day. Whatever. She seems like she doesn't want that type of situation with him, but she just wants a co-parent situation with him. But we'll see how it plays out in the end. We'll see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So we cut to a scene where Mama D, she is opening a food truck. She opened up a food truck near a car wash. So she's having this it's called the Royal Kitchen. And she's doing like this little cooking event or whatever. And I'm here for it, whatever. If she could cook the way they say she could cook, then why not? Just start your own business and do your thing. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody show up. Erica, Carly, Chaotic, Zell, Scrappy, Saucy, the whole crew. They all show up, and I think what's her name shows up too. Sierra shows up too. Anyway, so Zell admits that he is, doing a do with a woman. So somebody says, oh, they thought that he was GAY only, and he was like, no, he's always been bisexual, and when he's in a relationship with a man, he's in a relationship with a man. When he's in a relationship with a woman, he's in a relationship with a woman. I never knew that he had kids. Sorry for the noise. I never knew that he already had kids, and now I think he's having twins. His baby mother is pregnant again, so he's still messing with the baby mother. And I didn't know he had kids already, so that was a shocker to me. But I mean, listen, we find out stuff all the time, so here it is, and the girl is pregnant. It's been all over social media. Scrappy tells Mama D if she doesn't want to go into business with them, that's fine. If she feels like she wants to open up her food truck, then so be it. By all means, just do that. And I feel like she didn't have to make a presentation about it. If you didn't want to open up a restaurant with them when they initially came to you with the offer, you should have said no. You should have said, no, I'm thinking about opening up a food truck and I'm going to do it that way. You should have said that, as opposed to stringing them on and making them believe that you were going to be all in with them in a restaurant. You should have just told them how you felt. Don't hide behind something else. Like, you grown too, but whatever. Sierra shows up and she wants to check the group because she feels like none of them was really there for her. None of them was supporting her. None of them showed up at the hospital. They all thought it was a prank. They all thought she was joking. They thought it was a skit that she made up or whatever. And she's like, no, it was serious. This is what it is. So Zell still thinks that it was a stunt. He says she's a fake friend. And, they get to arguing. But he says he doesn't want them to be friends. She's all right with that. She says he's fake Hollywood. They go back and forth, and then it goes off. Child, it goes off. But that was episode 2 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm going to do episode 3 probably after this. Child, I'm already exhausted. If you made it to the end of this video, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I am exhausted already just from sitting here in this little bit of time doing this video. I'll see y'all in the next one, child. Peace.